How are we, ladies and gentlemen, listeners? Welcome to the Leg Up Australia podcast.
1, 2, 3. Can he do it? The gloves are off. They go toe to toe, blow for blow. He's clear. His big heart pounding. Yes! There's history. Quokka makes it 3 in a row.
Hello, Blake.
Hello, Nick. How you going?
I'm good.
I was just listening to that intro music.
Yeah.
I think we should kick the show off with, winners that we tipped from last week.
Yeah. Get rid of the intro music, you reckon?
It's okay.
Bring on...
But who cares about Chautauqua? And
That's right.
I care about Pride of Jenni.
You did tip Pride of Jenni on the podcast.
Yeah, I reckon I tipped Eva winners on the podcast last week.
What else? It's a long time in racing.
Well, a tissue. She should have won.
Oh, so...
She's an absolute...
Yes, the merit. I've got a thing with a mate that's called the RMIC, the Racing Merit Integrity Commission, and basically any horse that we've backed that should have won, RMIC, as we refer to it, goes back and awards them the winner. So a tissue, there's been a protest lodged with RMIC.
Well, if there's any horse that they should have paid out on Saturday for being unlucky, it's her.
It was her.
She should have pissed him.
She should have.
That's okay.
At the time, I was sort of thinking like...
You were cheering home the winner. You tipped
No.
Zugotcha, didn't you?
No, Tropical Score.
Oh,
I was
no,
gone.
yeah, that's right.
I was probably first horse beaten.
You
No,
were saying kick on or something like that at one stage.
Yeah, I thought she was.
And then I thought you were on the winner, but you were cheering.
Wrong horse.
Yeah.
But a tissue, yeah, I went back and watched the replay and I was like, I thought she had a chance. And then I went back and watched 50 metres before where I picked it up originally and went, oh, yeah, she should have won.
Yeah, definitely. She only got out or just before they got to the furlong, and she had so much to do. But Pride of Jenni got that one right. What other Group 1s were there?
The Oaks.
The Oaks.
Didn't get that one
right. No.
Got it right the week before with Autumn Angel winning. She could have just stuck.
Yeah, she could have stuck her nose out the week before, but it does make that good banter form look good for the
Brisbane.
Queensland Oaks. Yeah. And then, what was the other Group 1?
Sydney Cup, Circle of Fire.
Oh, Sydney Cup. I tipped Athabaskan.
Yeah.
So I was close enough.
Yeah.
I was giggling when
you
when
could
the
not
other
have had enough on.
Yeah, I think at about the 1,000, I said, oh, geez, Kieran Murray would be happy that he got this bloke over to ride.
Yeah. And then pretty much straight after the post, I think it was something along the lines of, yep, I reckon he would be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have won flopping on that horse's back.
That horse
He
was
was
so
good.
strong. Mate.
Very strong.
Like
very
after
strong.
3 wide facing the breeze and
Tough run.
even they asked Andre Atzeni after the race, I think Greg Radley might have said to him, 3 wide, were you happy with it? And he said, no, I didn't like it. It
wasn't the plan.
No. But
It's never the plan. Actually, Shocking. Do you remember when Shocking won the Melbourne Cup?
yes.
He was 3 wide without cover. He won the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, on the quick backup.
Quick backup. I got the first 4 in the trifecta that day.
Crime Scene ran second.
Crime Scene run second. Maybe I'm going to say, I don't know. I don't know who ran third or fourth.
No, I was 9. Was that the year?
You were 9.
Did
I don't
Sign Off run 4th? Was that year? Darren Weir's horse, or was that later?
I don't know. No. Maybe like a Falcon or something like. Was that?
Oh, yeah, that rings a bell.
Maybe.
Was it that late or was he?
I don't know. They all mush into one. But that was a good. So the first 4 paid 80,000.
Fill up.
And I was only young. I was working in a pub, and I got about 5 or 6% of it, and I had to I got an escort to the car after the race. Really? After I finished my shift.
Happy days. Yeah, they're the ones.
It was fat.
Yeah.
It was good. And I backed Shocking. I stood out 2 horses to win it. Shocking, and I don't remember what other horse it was. It might have been the favourite or something like that. But, yeah, it was a good result.
Fat. Can Circle of Fire do what Shocking did and win a Melbourne Cup?
I don't know.
It's often not the right form, the Sydney Cup, is it? But I think on the strength of that win and it being his first Australian prep and only his, was it 3rd Australian start? 3rd or 4th?
Yeah, that'd be right.
He was, I thought, I love a futures bet, but the Melbourne Cup winner coming out of the Sydney Cup for mine isn't normally something I like.
Or obviously he can do it.
Yes.
He can win it.
Because he was...
But would I like to be diving in at that $15 that's roaming around? No. Let's just see how he comes back in the spring. A lot of water to run under the bridge before I'd like to be chiming into that. But he's a good horse, very good horse, and it was a very good win. And he's got plenty of upside. But, yeah, he'd still need to go to a different level to win a Melbourne Cup.
Yep. Let's talk about Pride of Jenni for a little bit because it was shocking while we're on that topic. It was
shocking. What was shocking about it?
Not shocking in terms of like awful shocking. Like, wow, I am shocked. Like watching the race and a $5 million weight for age Group 1 and you've got one horse 42 lengths clear at the top of the rise. That was shocking, I thought, in terms of, wow, look at this.
You were shocked.
I was shocked.
Okay, yeah. Well, I wasn't shocked. I knew she'd lead.
I knew she'd lead, but
margin.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that either. Obviously, the other jockeys got it wrong. Mm-hmm. Declan Bates got it right. She only...
There was a lot of fingers being pointed.
When you looked at the race, you thought she was going a lot faster than she did in the Australian Cup.
Yeah.
But I think to the sixth, from memory, she only went about half a length faster.
Right.
And the other horses were a lot further behind her here. So I think that they probably thought she was going a lot faster than she actually was. They've made a mistake. They've let her get away with murder, and they had too much to do.
Yeah.
I think like Via Sistina, she broke 34 her last 600 metres. So obviously she had plenty more to give and should have been closer to the leader and would have been travelling within her comfort zone. So, other jockeys got it right. Pride of Jenni was very good. I think probably the scratching of Lindemann hurt the other horse's chances because he probably would have been the margin abbreviator.
Yeah, and I think even
them.
Tom Marquand on Chowolf said, I wanted to get going, but I was 3 back the fence.
Yeah, locked away,
nowhere to go. And quite possibly, you put Tom Marquand on a horse like Via Sistina, a European mare that he might know a little bit about. Maybe he gets going on any horse that he's on, Like you often see those sort of, you see it a little bit more in Europe, the pacemakers and those European jockeys. Maybe if he was on any other horse in the race that had a bit of clear running, he might have been the one to drag the field up. But
yeah, I have no doubt he wouldn't have minded to get out after her. But I think James, if he had his time over again, there's no way he'd go back because once he went back, that was it. Like he was not going to be able. He was going to be dictated to.
Yeah. And Buckaroo stepped slowly, and I think there was a change of tactics for him to be ridden further forward. So once he bundled the start, you can't really, that was his chances of going forward. So full credit.
Maybe that was the plan.
Yeah.
Going to miss. Because if James had his time again, I reckon he just gives her a dig and he's in the first 3 or 4.
Yeah. Interesting. I heard Cascadian potentially could come to Brisbane after that. Apparently he didn't blow a candle out because he only really skipped home for 3 or 4 furlongs. And
well, there was talk that was going to be his last ever race.
Yeah, and then apparently this was on SEN track on their socials, and I think James said that he considered throwing a nomination in for the All Age this weekend on the quick backup because
he's won an All Age.
He has. Yeah,
he did.
He beat Tefane. I was on Tefane that year. Touchy subject. James McDonald on him. Anyway, we got a few Group 1s this weekend.
Few Group 1.
The last of the Sydney Group 1s. There's 2 left. Have you got it on the spot? Have you got a highlight of the Group 1 so far? Or is it Pride of Jenni?
Definitely.
It's got to be.
Definitely Pride of Jenni.
Yeah.
Best race I've ever seen. It's a shame that when you look back at the data, it's not as good as as good as you thought it was.
I'm not much of a data nerd or anything, but I was like, I might jump in punting form and have a look and see what it looks like. And I was sort of going through it and comparing it to a few of her other runs, and I'm like, this really doesn't look like she's gone that much better than what she's gone before. And
you thought it was she'd gone through the roof or something like that and put in a performance that would have beat Winks.
Yeah,
no, it didn't happen. But to the eye, it was one of the best races I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was jaw dropping.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, one horse that we've seen in Group 1s this preparation is Espiona, She was luckless in the TJ Smith a fortnight ago. She looks like she'll start favourite in the All-Age Stakes this weekend. Chris Waller's won one before, but can Espiona get her, what's that, second Group 1? She won a Coolmore?
Yeah, she did win a Coolmore. Yeah, so second Group 1.
Yeah.
Second Group 1.
I think she's only won the one.
Coolmore.
Yeah.
What? Oh, she won the Invitation.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think she's the current favourite, $4 thereabouts, in the All-Age Stakes, which will be race 8 at Royal Randwick on Saturday. Punters, Sunshine in Paris, my horse, $4.60, second elect. And then you got the 3-year-old Southport Tycoon and the old dog Private Eye. Any of those horses? Have you had much of a look at this race?
I've had a look. I've had a look. Yep.
Anything tickle your fancy? I know you've been a little bit of a sucker for Buenos Noches this prep, but
Yeah, I don't
surely
know. I don't
he's
know
in the
about
chair.
it. He's in the bin. He's in the bin for me. So I just need to see it from him. Private Eye's clearly the best horse in the race. But he's not going. He's not going as well as he has in the past.
Yep, that's fair to say.
So, happy enough to look around him. But if he finds his best, he's hard enough to beat. Do you think that the TJ form is the form? It's interesting.
I don't.
There's a bit of a bunched finish.
Yeah.
Chain of Lightning got them.
1.1 lengths separating first and seventh. There you go, which included Espiona, Sunshine in Paris, Magic Time, obviously Chain of Lightning, the winner. They're the 4 horses out of that TJ that were in that first
So if
clump.
you don't think that the TJ is the form, are you with Southport Tycoon then? Are you about to tip that to us?
I'm not about to tip that to
End
you.
cap.
No. Out of the end cap race, the George Ryder, I think
Is that Golden Mile?
I think Golden Mile's a silly price here.
$34.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went back through the history books of horses that are like the sort of the preparation for the All-Age Stakes, and there's a few out of the Doncaster. There's obviously the TJ Smith, but the George Ryder goes half okay in terms of horses month between runs, not running in either of those other lead-ups that I just mentioned, and come into the All-Age. I thought seems to get better, deeper into the preparation, this horse, and we sort of saw that in the spring, I thought, as well, in that Golden Eagle, I think it was, where he ran very well. He might have even...
Ran second, I think.
Or Pericles second, him third, or something
Maybe
like that. But he was,
fourth.
he was right. He was right there. I thought that run in the...
He ran third.
He did run third.
Yeah.
There you go. I thought the run in the George Ryder was very good. He's run fourth behind V8, Lady Laguna, and Militarise. We've seen Militarise run well in the Doncaster. He's been back to the trials, had a little tick over, just a quiet look around Warwick Farm over 800 the other morning. He gets here 1400, wide gate. I don't mind that because I don't think there's a whole lot of speed here. You've got Buffalo River, who we know what he'll do. He'll go forward over 1400, but outside of that, where's the real speed? So I think Golden Mile can just get across. I think a 1400 metre start to it, Randwick, pretty forgiving sort of start. So he'll be able to find the 1-1 or...
It doesn't seem much speed, does there?
Maybe a Tis Invincible or something might go
She'll
forward now
hold
that
her
she's finally drawn
spot,
gate,
but Buffalo River
yeah,
should lead them up.
He'll lead. But I think Golden Mile can
Yeah.
get the drop on him, and
Land outside.
he's going well. So
Lead.
yeah, that's not saying I'm sacking.
Magic Time will hold her spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that'd be disappointing for you if Sunshine in Paris wins.
yeah. I'll be having a mental health bet for sure.
You need to because
Yes.
she is yours.
She is mine.
She's a Group 1 winner over 1,400 metres.
At Randwick.
3-round
Good
stakes.
field that day. Zoo Gotcha she beat. We've seen her win 2 Group 1s this autumn. What do
Yeah,
you
I
like?
don't think there's much between them. Like Chain of Lightning, I know she's won 2 in a row, but do we trust that? I'm not sure. Espiona was luckless, but she was $17 there. Sunshine in Paris was the one that was well back. She had to come to the outside. She hit the line well. Magic Time, she should have beat. Espiona in the Invitation.
Yes.
That was 1,400 metres at Randwick. She started shorter than her in the market. She was 3 deep without cover that day. Very good. And then you've got Southport Tycoon, who comes through a very good form race. I I'm going to put Southport Tycoon on top. I'm just going to go slightly away from
DF.
that TJ Smith form. Different form. We're both going DF.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that measures up with your form line as well with V8.
V8. Yep.
So, who won the George Ryder? So, very good. I was going to have him in my numbers in the Doncaster, but they scratched him on a heavy track from that wide gate.
Yeah.
And he's been back to the trial well. I don't think there's much between this lot.
No, neither do I.
So I don't want to pay Espiona at the top of the market, $4, I think.
What was she in that TJ? Like
$17.
Yeah, so
she should have won.
She should have, but she didn't.
Yeah, so, well, she should have won. Yeah. She was $17 there.
Yeah.
Chain of Lightning did win, and she was like $21 there. Yeah. Now, Espiona's $4 and Chain of Lightning's $9.50.
Go figure.
That doesn't make much sense, really, does it?
No, does not. Sometimes racing doesn't make sense, though, does it? Horses,
throws
etc.
up some fair results.
Yes, it does. The other Group 1 at Randwick on Saturday, Blake, is race 7, the Moe and Shandon Champagne Stakes for the 2-year-olds over the mile. Manal looking to do it for the fillies again in the Group 1s. Obviously, every Group 1 for the 2-year-olds this autumn has been won by fillies. Manal looking to make it a clean sweep in that case and do the Sires Champagne Double. Can she do it?
Yeah, she can do it.
Are you with her?
No, I'm with Linebacker.
Okay.
There's not much between them. Manal, they weren't going to go here, then they were, then they weren't, then they were. Yeah. She's here. Good win last start. Yeah. Went back, got over the top of them. Very good run at the Golden Slipper. Form out of that race is really strong. Yep. They took out the Percy Sykes last week. Now she's got to go to a mile. She loses Jason Collett. Gets Jamie Carr on.
Yep. I would say
it's a like for like.
No. Upgrade.
Oh, you think it's an upgrade?
Yeah. I like Jason Collett, don't get me wrong. But I think Jamie Carr's better than him.
I don't. I think Collett's number 2 in Sydney at the moment.
Number 2 in Sydney?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Well, not at the moment anymore. He's out for a while. He's got the broken ribs. But yeah, I'd put Collett number 2 in Sydney. I just think Linebacker, they could have run him in that size, but they didn't.
Yeah.
They've just gone, this is our race. The Champagne Stakes.
Yeah.
This is our race.
I think he sort of come out and said that too, didn't he? He said, I'm going to let them bust each other up in the size and we'll come and be the fresh blood in the Champagne.
Yeah, and he's gone bang on debut at Hawkesbury. Then he's gone bang. He got the better of a Node, who was well backed in that size. Yeah. Was that in the size? He was well backed in the size.
I think so.
Got the better of him. So I'm expecting improvement, grand final day. He'll be in front of her.
Yep. And
it's whether or not he can hold her out or not. So, Linebacker for me. I think that's a good race. Broadsiding, very good winner last week. But can he turn the tables on Linebacker and a Node? He was a good run behind them. He was wide, but has lengths to make up on them.
That's right.
So,
well, hold on to your hat, Blake, because I like the horse that ran second to Broadsiding at big odds again, El Costello. Good run on debut. He's a maidener. He's by Castelvecchio, but we knew what Castelvecchio could do as a 2-year-old, and I think he even won this race. This bloke was very good at Warwick Farm behind Frobel Star and the 300. Smashed the line late. And then last start, they went forward on him in that Fernhill. They went forward. He looked completely beaten, and he's kicked back and run second in the end. I know he's got to turn a 2.3 length margin around on Broadsiding, but I don't think he'll be ridden as close. I think we'll be able to see his turn of foot with Linebacker and a Node there to really make sure it's a genuinely run mile. I think he'll be strong late. So the $41, it really appeals to me each way.
It appeals?
It does appeal.
It appeals. We can't all tip $41 chances.
No.
Not like
you.
Curtis Island. He wasn't $41.
I was going to say, we're
a
reaching a little.
Plug. It's a self-interest plug. But yeah, he bled that horse yesterday.
Disappointing.
Which is unfortunate. That's a bled second time. That'll be the last time we see him in Australia.
Can't go back to the well on him.
No. I was actually, to tell you the truth, I last prep, he won at Warwick Farm, and he was about 40-1.
Yeah.
And I had black booked him from the previous start, and I let him go. He had a wide draw, and he covered extra ground. He was 3 deep on the speed, and he won. He got the job done, and I was filthy on myself.
So you got what was yours.
Did.
Yeah.
I got it back.
It's a feel good story. That makes me
Thanks.
happy. There's one other race that's not a Group 1 that's probably got zero. No, I won't say that. It's got a bit of relevance, I guess, doesn't it?
The Quokka's
Quokka.
all right.
It's all right.
It's a
I
good
don't-
race. I'm going to say it's a good race.
Yeah, it's too similar to last year's field.
Is it?
Yeah, you got the-
Actually, to tell you the truth, I haven't even looked at it. I know Overpassed and Amelia's
Yeah.
Jewel are in it.
yeah. Well,
So let's go over there and have a look.
Let's
I'm
have a
just
look.
going to open it up.
It's race 8.
King of Sparta. I know he's in it too.
I like him.
Okay.
I think you'll towel him up. That's what I think.
Tell him up. Well, Paul Snowden was on the radio this morning saying he thinks he's in Queensland.
He's got a very good record in Queensland. He might even be not unbeaten because he went around in that Kingsford Smith Cup last year behind Think.
He's got a good record up
He's got a
here.
great record up here.
He wins more than he loses up here.
I would agree that's true. Yeah, but I like him. Like, I think Malkovich and Overpass, it'll be interesting. Could they be the undoing of one another?
I wouldn't think so.
I don't think so either, but I think what we do know is that there'll be genuine tempo.
I would.
And
I'd be
Oscar's
very
fortune.
surprised if Malkovich leads Overpass.
Really, I thought it'd be the other way around listening to your good friend Luke Hilton.
Well, I don't
thought
know.
he
I just
said
don't
Malkovich
think.
will lead and Overpass will be able to sit
Well,
off
I think
him.
he'd be wrong because Malkovich doesn't have the speed to lead Overpass.
No, well, it'd be good. Oscar's Fortune's there as well. John Barrier 3, the local, beat Amelia's Jewel last start all the way.
Oscar's Fortune,
Yeah.
$6.50.
But yeah, I just think Blake Shin gone over to ride King of Sparta. Barrier 4, he's just going to settle, I'll say, first 6 or 7 from that gate, right thereabouts, ready to let rip. Bit like Eagle Farm ascot. It'll open up for him. The runs will come. Hard to beat, the big fella. That's the last leg of the this Saturday's Champagne Showdown for the Ultimate Punters Challenge too. So could be, might have to look a little bit wider. Maybe Petula or Waitak. They might have to blast us out in the UPC Showdown, Blake.
Yeah, well, I haven't had a look at it yet, but I'll be involved this week for sure. Is this race in the UPC Showdown?
This is the last leg.
It's the last leg. Yeah. Okay. Well, Overpass. The last time we saw him was actually in the winter bottom.
Might have just stayed over there.
Maybe he did. Big trip.
Long trip.
Back and
There
forth
back.
without a run in between.
Yeah.
Wonder if he has stayed over there.
I'm pretty sure he's come back because he trialled, didn't he? Did he trial at Warwick Farm or?
Have a look. Oh, yeah. Tried at Rose Hill. Yeah. Well, he came back.
He did.
Maybe he just came back for a day trip.
Yeah. quick in and out.
Well,
Obviously, Amelia's Jewel, when we last saw her in the spring, she did beat Pride of Jenni. But
the best mare in the country.
which one?
Amelia's Jewel.
Dear, oh dear.
No, I think she'll win.
Yeah.
She was good first up. Just had too much to do. That was 1100. This suits better. Last year she was huge in this race from the wide draw.
Yep.
Wide draw beat her last year. She draws wide again, so
Yep.
she's going to have to be huge again. But I think she's. What price did she start last year? She started odds on. I don't
Would
think
have
she started close enough to even money. I reckon.
I reckon 230, 240 maybe.
Let's have a look. And you reckon it's the same race as last year?
Well, she got beat, didn't she?
She only just got beat.
Yeah.
She
She doesn't have that gorgeous Quokka trophy sitting on the mantelpiece.
started 280.
280.
Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of juice on that price. A little sprinkle.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
A little dash of.
I want to see the best of her. I don't think we have got to see the best of her.
No.
We all saw when she landed on Pride of Jenny's hammer. Mooney
Yeah, well,
Cully.
maybe she'll go forward. Who's on her? Is
I don't
Damien
think
Lane
they're
gone
going
over to
on.
ride her?
Yeah, Damien Lane.
Oh.
They won't go forward. They'll go back.
Yeah.
Take their medicine.
Yeah.
Get to the outside.
Let rip. We get into the good, bad, ugly, Blake.
Yeah, let's go.
This week's good, bad, ugly, presented by UPC Showdown. Get over and get involved this week, punters. The Champagne Showdown, 12 races, $50 to play, tournament style. It's good fun.
Oh, it's cracking. It's cracking fun.
Cracking.
Tournament style, $50 entry. Last week's winner, 31,355.
You can't beat
It's
that.
a chance.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a good chance.
Great chance.
12 races. You
Yeah.
get an afternoon, sit back, relax.
Yep.
Have a beverage.
I enjoyed the Wednesday one as well.
Wednesday free tournament.
Free tournament and like good way to enjoy the races without having a bet on a Wednesday.
That was a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I went no good.
My best was like 35 points I got. So
My best was like
Yeah.
762nd
yeah,
or
that got
something
me
like
like
that.
280th or something. It was still no dice, but the good, the bad, the ugly, Blake. The good.
I actually didn't even put Curtis Island in any of mine.
Oh dear.
I just did quick pick.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually on Saturday I do my quick pick and then
change
go
it
in
up,
and
but-
change it up. But I hadn't done enough form and I
No.
just actually forgot about Curtis Island.
So did
the
I.
truth.
I didn't have it in any either. The good though, we've already touched on it this week, Blake. But pride of Jenni's win in the Queen Elizabeth, that has to be the good. I think this week, the ride, the margin in a race like that, surely
It's the good.
it is the good.
She was outstanding. As we said before, it's to the eye, I would say that's the greatest race I've ever watched live. And I was just shocked, like you. I was
Taken aback.
taken aback on my
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah,
It was good.
it was.
It's great for racing. Like, I don't know, those sort of horses get people into racing because they're excitement machines.
Yes, definitely.
So any horse that can bring more people to the best sport on earth
Yep.
is a win
Even
for me.
my partner, I said to Kate, I said, "Can I show you one race replay from today?" She goes, "Is it the one where the horse was a long way in front?" I said, "Yeah, already seen it." So
Oh,
there you
good.
go.
She jumped on.
So
Maybe she was watching our reels.
She probably had a bet.
She probably did.
Yeah.
Hopefully she didn't back the winner.
Probably not. I would have heard about it. Yeah.
She's mean to you sometimes when you're watching the footy and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, rub it in.
yeah.
I think she's still in the Broncos hangover. Thinks that they're top dogs, the Bronx.
The
But
Bronx will hit back this week, apparently.
yeah, I'll be there.
They got Reynolds and...
Next week.
Oh, is that next week? Okay. Well, they won't hit back then.
Yeah. Now the bad, Blake. You've kept this from me, so you haven't told me. Or was it the ugly?
No, the ugly I kept from
Oh,
you.
okay.
The bad is no markets are up
No.
for Adelaide Group 1s.
Yeah. And it's
So we've
next
got the
weekend.
Sangster Stakes,
Yep. The Australasian Oaks.
we've got the Australasian Oaks, we've got the Goodwood,
The Derby.
the Derby.
Yep. 4 Group 1s.
Is the Derby Group 1?
Yeah.
Oh, 4 Group 1s.
4 Group
We don't
1s.
have any markets out.
No.
Now, we know that there's a lot of good mares going to the Sangster.
Yeah, cracking.
I'd like to see that market.
Yeah, I'd love to have a little bet,
You got Amelia's Jewel,
potentially. Will she back up? Nah.
Estriella,
Learning to fly.
learning to fly.
Great race.
No, the Sangster must be
Might be another week later.
the week later or something.
Maybe.
Because I'm pretty confident that she's going there.
I thought they might have said Goodwood.
Or maybe they're going to Goodwood.
Yeah.
Maybe that's right.
Yeah, I think that's
I
it.
don't understand why they do that personally. I know that this isn't that
Yeah.
segment, but
But
she hasn't got a group. Oh, yes, she does. She's
Yeah.
got a Group 1 on her CV.
Yeah.
She won the Railway,
Northerly,
Northerly.
the old Kingston town.
She didn't win the Railway. She won the WA Guineas or something the week
Yes,
before that.
that day. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
that's where you
Yep.
got it. Yep. Yeah, I agree. And even Queensland, like we've got a Stradbroke pre-noms market and the Archer, the slot race at Rocky next weekend. But outside of that, it's further away though.
I'm saying lift your game.
Lift,
Lift
yeah.
your game because I'd like to have a
wanna
bet
have
in
a
the Oaks. I'd like to have a bet in the
Yep.
Derby.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, I know you've got lots of bets in the Stradbroke.
Oh yeah, I'm covered.
Good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll get there.
Fingers crossed. The ugly.
Ugly. Yeah, okay. I've got 2 uglies for you this week.
Okay.
The first one is the end of the Manly Warriors game. Did you watch it?
Watch the KO mini.
Oh. Goes for 8 minutes or something, does it? Is that right?
No, the
3,
extended
4,
one, like maybe 15.
15. Manly was so good.
Yeah.
Manly were very good that whole game. And I don't think we threw it away.
Yep.
2 minutes to go. They scored in the corner. And then they come down. I've got to go back a little bit, actually. I'm going to go back a little bit.
Yep.
So Saturday afternoon, this game went around. And I didn't watch it. I was at work.
Yep.
I said, I'm not going to watch it. And I don't really go on my phone after work so that I can sit down in peace and watch the game from start to finish. I was making my cup of tea just before the game. And my wife, Kayla, is in a group chat. She knew I was about to start to watch the game. Group chat with my friend who wrote, "You must be furious about that penalty." And my wife said, "Oh, did you see that message from Boy?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "Oh, he said something about a penalty and you being furious about it." And I was like, and it really annoyed me because she was like, "Oh, I didn't give up the game." And I was like, if I'm going to be furious about a penalty, it didn't happen in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's obviously happened right at the end.
Yeah, so the whole game I was anticipating this last 2 minutes and I was like, we were 8 in front and I was like, we can't get beat from here. We can't get beat from here. And then they scored in the corner. I was like, fuck, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. And then it did happen. And I don't think it was a penalty. It was a penalty. I have no doubt that it was a penalty. But I don't feel like we deserved a penalty because they weren't attacking his legs. I know his leg caught them.
Yeah.
But they were just trying to put on a bit of pressure.
A bit of pressure. Yeah.
And it only caught it at like right at the end. And my second ugly. Do you watch basketball at all?
Sometimes. On my day off on Monday, when it's on, I'll put it on.
Okay. Well, do you know who Jimmy Butler is?
Yeah, buckets.
You know who Jimmy Buckets Butler is?
Yeah.
So he's the bloke. When times get tough, he gets going.
He's your man.
When they're down 2-0 in a series, you want the ball in Jimmy Bucket's hands.
Yep.
Have you seen his new haircut?
Yeah, awful.
So
does not
bad.
even look like him.
It is like I hadn't seen it,
Yeah.
and then I saw it,
Yeah.
and like he sat down to the press conference and he like got the hair out of his eyes.
Shocking.
It is awful.
Yeah.
Like full emo.
Yeah.
And he's got his nails painted and he's got like things in his lips now, like unrecognizable.
Yeah. I can remember because what year it was the COVID year that Heat made it all the way through, and I don't think they ended up winning it. They might have
Yeah, they made it to the finals and they got beat.
Like Lakers or no, I forget who they got beat by. But yeah, and I remember that was COVID. There was no other sport on. So like having like the same game multis all the time, and Jimmy Buckets, he was the man to put in for assists and points and everything.
Trying to think of who they got beat by.
Bucks?
Bucks. Maybe the Bucks.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I reckon it was the Bucks.
But yeah, when I was like, he's the man. And then I saw him the other day. I was like, who?
Wow,
Did not look like him.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So if you open your TikTok app and then put in Jimmy Butler,
Yeah.
it'll be the first thing that comes up.
Yeah.
So that's my ugly. That haircut.
Yeah, I like it.
Could you imagine if I turned up to work one day and I had that haircut?
No. I don't think I could imagine it.
I would have to grow a lot overnight. But like, I guess he had long hair like under the cornrows and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's rough. That is a rough haircut.
It is very bad. DM of the week, Blake, that if you want to send us a message on Instagram, punters, or Facebook, you might feature on the podcast if it's a good one. But this one, Blake, is you can go back in time to watch any sporting event ever. What do you go to? Is there a particular game? Is there a particular race you would have liked to have seen? I'll even go as far as a tournament like an Olympics or a World Cup or something like that. Which one stands out?
Just top of my head, I'd go back to Sydney 2000, Kathy Freeman winning the 400.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, I think that the nation was behind her. And I was only young.
Yeah, well, That was the year I was born.
I think I was like 16. So, yeah, I'll go back and see that.
Yep, fair enough.
I haven't had much time to think about it, but I'll take that.
Neither. I think for me, I've never seen like one of our true sort of race, like champion racehorses live. Like I never got to see Black Caviar, Winx, Makybe Diva. I've seen some good horses race, but I was never there for one of those big days, you know, like when Black Caviar came to Brisbane for the BTC Sprint. Like I didn't go and never saw Winx. So I think for me, I'd want to go back to one of those and watch one of those champion
that's
mares
a fair
in a
call.
fully packed racetrack.
I don't reckon I ever saw Makybe Diva. Potentially, might have seen her. I never saw Winx. And I saw Black Caviar's TJ when she beat Haylist.
Oh, yeah.
And that was one of the best. That was electric.
I can even remember I remember I was at the Rocky races that day, and even like there was probably 800 people at Rocky, and even that was a good atmosphere watching Black Caviar win. Like, I can imagine what it was like at Round Week.
That was pretty awesome. I actually watched it on the TV. I used to always watch the races on the TV, but because I was sort of a Haylist guy.
Yeah, okay, you're a bit of a fan of the underdog.
Yeah, I was on Haylist.
Used to
and
back
he loomed to
Hartnell.
win. He loomed to win, but then she just dug in and went away from him, and I was like, oh yeah, fair call.
Fair call.
Too good.
Yeah, she was good. She was very good.
She was.
Yeah. I think I would want to... I think if I could go back, pick one of them, I think Makybe Diva's third Melbourne Cup is probably the one that I would want to see the most. Cause
I've never been to the Melbourne Cup, so
no.
I'd like to go. That's a good call.
Yeah. I think for a sporting event, though, like the one, it's just completely lost it, but the Liverpool, I think we might have spoken about it before, but the Liverpool versus AC Milan
They were
Champions League
3-0
final.
down or
Yeah,
something.
3-0 down, come back, win on penalties. That'd be pretty electric.
Oh yeah,
Istanbul, 2005.
that'd be good. I don't think we'll ever see another 3-time Melbourne Cup winner.
No, that's what I'm...
That's it. It's done.
Yeah.
Like we could see a horse win 4 Cox Plates. Very unlikely. But I think it's less likely to see 3-time Melbourne Cup winner.
Yes, like it'd have to be a 4-year-old, get him with no weight the first year, come back the year later with 55, 56, and then do it a third year with 58 as a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Doesn't
seems
seem
unlikely.
It does. You know the horse that
It'd be a mare would
with the 2 kilos less.
That's the only way that it could happen.
Zardozi.
I wouldn't think so.
Can we get a market? What price Zardozi to win the next 3 Melbourne Cups? You're probably right. You know the horse I would have loved to have seen get there? It's Hitotsu. I think he's the biggest what could have been.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. Well, he won a VRC Derby, third up mile to 2,500 metres. So he was a good stayer.
He was a freak.
Won the
Australian
ATC
Guineas.
Derby.
Yep. Second
On
up,
a
wasn't
very heavy track.
Won the Australian Guineas first up, went straight to the ATC Derby, I think. Or did he run in the... No, he ran in the CS Hayes. So again, third up.
Yeah.
Yeah, freak.
Very heavy track.
I've got a quick story about Hitotsu.
Okay.
We've got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Very quickly, just to wrap up the show. So, Brody, one of my very good friends, we used to sit, like we'd be at our own houses, and after a Saturday we'd both work, both sort of in the racing game at the time. So Saturdays we'd work from home, and then we'd sit on our own couches and we'd FaceTime each other and we'd have dinner. And racing.com used to have they show like the race day replays and whatnot. Like they go through it all. So like we'd sit there like on the phone watching these races and like looking for horses we might have missed. And it was the Blue Diamond, and there's this horse in this yellow jacket down the outside sort of hit the line late, and we both sort of went like, oh, what was that? And it turned out it was Hitotsu in the Blue Diamond. And then he got beat in the VRC size produce, his next start, and then put away, came back in the spring, and when we kept looking for him, going, where's this horse? Like it was with Wendy Kelly. We had a price wherever he goes. and then put it in on riser. And then he's in the Aussie Kerr colours, Kieran Marr, David Eustace, and we're like, oh, they've bought him. They've gone to Donald first up for $1.40, and we got him put in the Caulfield Guineas market and the VRC Derby market. They went up 100 to 1 in both. Him and I had 50 each way each at the 100 to 1 in the Caulfield Guineas. We didn't have anything on him in the Derby. I think he ran 5th in the Guineas. He was climbing over the heels of Animo late. And then we never cashed in on him, in anything. And we're like, that's just the one that got away. But that's the Hitotsu story. But I would have loved to have seen him.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I wish that story ended with you having 50 each way on him to win the Derby. But
yeah, me too.
It wasn't to be.
Trust me. Me too.
Next time. You'll know better.
Yeah, we'll find. Yeah.
You'll know better
That's
next
right.
time.
Live and learn. We're always learning. If you
we
don't,
are learning in this game.
What do you
It's a
say
tough
if
game.
you don't lose? You either win or you learn.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just before we wrap up the program, we still have a few shares available in Genetic Freak.
Yes.
So we've got 10% in him.
Yep.
Between us at the leg up. We're syndicating him with strong blood stock. So
Who are flying?
Yeah, 100%. And I tell you who else is flying? Pungo.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
wait.
so the other horse we syndicated, Pungo. Both horses are formerly with Chris Waller.
Yes.
Pungo's had a jump out.
Yeah.
Not in the race book. Nobody's seen it.
It was vision.
We bounded out. We saw it.
Yeah.
We put it on socials.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, bounded out.
Yeah.
Just cruised.
Yeah.
Chavez
Yep.
Chavez rode him.
Gone home now.
He's gone home, unfortunately, but
Find a new job.
Chavez gave him a click up and said he's a genuine Saturday horse.
Yeah.
So Pungo's going well.
Yeah.
Genetic Freak's in work.
Yep.
So he's only a few weeks away from trials. Then we go on the races.
Yeah.
Have
It's gonna
both
be
in.
fat. I'd love to maybe find a race day during the carnival where they'll both go around. Like maybe we sneak Pungo into an eyeliner maybe at Ipswich.
Okay.
And we get
aiming up.
Genetic Freak into a benchmark 78 mile.
Or maybe we'll take him to the what's the one at the Sunshine Coast or Gold Coast?
There's the Glass House. Are we talking
No, we're talking 1.25 miles.
the Calandra Cup? Mile and a quarter, 2,000 metres.
Yeah.
Gold Coast. Hollandale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's us.
Go to the Hollandale with him. Aim right up.
We're aiming up.
Okay.
We're aiming
I
up.
like that. That's only 3 or 4 weeks away. We might have to hold back
Yeah. Next year.
next year. Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, punters, if you want to get involved with him, he's a genuine midweek.
Oh yeah. Up
To
here,
Saturday
up here.
class
He's a
horse.
Genuine Wednesday, like Wednesday, Saturday metro
We'll kick
horse.
him off in the metros.
Yeah. He is on the market.
He'll be winning
I'm
races.
selling. Got to sell this one, ladies and gents. Not gone yet.
Knocked
though.
down
Yeah.
soon.
Soon.
All right, punters, have a great week. Hopefully you back plenty of winners and hopefully Manly win in the footy.
And Melbourne.
See you, punters.
All right.
One bet, 12 races. The Ultimate Punters Challenge. Get more bet for your bet. Here's how. Step 1. Enter the showdown and place your $50 bet. Step 2. Choose quick pick or pick your own runners for the 12 races. Step 3. Follow the leaderboard. Points are earned for winning or even placing in each race. Step 4. Points over the 12 races are added together. The punters who rank the highest at the end of the showdown share the prize pool. Want to switch things up on the back six? Simply rebuy and change your picks. Easy. You can't get more bet than that. The Ultimate Punters Challenge. Get more bet for your bet.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.